I'm Anthony Romano, and this video is going to tell you if you miss nutrients on a ketogenic diet, or if a ketogenic diet is nutrient deficient in any way. Okay, so in a lot of other videos, I've explained health benefits of keto, of course, also the cosmetic benefits, the bodybuilding benefits, all those things, and the detoxification benefits, yada, yada, yada. This video is assessing, is keto healthy to do? Because a lot of people seem to think that it's not, and I will explain that in this video by looking specifically at nutrients, okay? If you're concerned about the cholesterol claims, then I encourage you to watch my other videos because I explain how that's essentially not too much of a thing to worry about, unless somebody's already in a metabolically compromised position of their life, okay? Granted, I'm not a medical professional. I'm just a guy who's been doing keto for 9 years and helping people fix their diabetes and brain injuries. But this video is going to explain it all for you so you understand if nutritionally you will be deficient if you uptake a ketogenic diet. Before I get into this video, if you could like it, that will make YouTube show my videos to other people, and that's what you can do to help me grow my page. Let's get into it. So, like I said, for starters, a lot of people have a stigma in some way or some sort of apprehensiveness before starting a ketogenic diet because they think one of two things. Either it's going to mess up my cholesterol and cause me to die, or, and two, it's going to allow me to miss out on certain nutrients that I need to live with vitality. Okay, now I will explain that in this video, but for the cholesterol stuff, like I said, it's essentially not a worry unless you're already in a metabolically compromised position, but watch my other videos on that to understand more. So nutritionally, you have to understand a lot of the vitamins are essentially positive additions to your health. Okay, think of them that way. They allow certain processes to be performed effectively, distribution of calcium, example for some other vitamins. They aid in these cellular processes that are going to improve your health and your functionality, essentially, if you want to look at it that way. So when people often think of vitamins, they often think of fruits and vegetables, and you have to understand, I mean, it's not like I'm referencing 30 different studies in this video, but fruits and vegetables, a lot of times, they do contain certain minerals, which are beneficial, but you have to also consider that fruits and vegetables don't grow for half of the year, okay? So literally, and as I explain often in my videos, our metabolism is seasonal. Half of the year, carbohydrates do not grow. So if there was any sort of logical idea that you need foods that contain carbohydrates in order to live and survive, then why would we have lived our evolutionary history with half of every year without carbohydrates? It just makes no sense. So don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean there's benefit to those foods. But a lot of the arguments that's presented from a lot of the more carnivore keto people is that essentially a lot of the benefits of fruits and vegetables and sugary foods and carbs and wheats and grains are hormetic benefits. They are flavonoids, they are polyphenols, they are things which cause stress to your body and cause an antioxidizing response to them. So a lot of times it's a hormetic benefit. It is for half of the year, you will be getting some of those positive stimuluses, some of those challenges to your body that cause your body to adapt, okay? So that is essentially the principle behind a lot of the, vitamins that are in fruits and vegetables and other carb sources. And keep in mind, I know some people might be saying, because I've heard this so many times, oh, well, some places like Hawaii will have fruit, available longer. You have to understand, most fruit in nature does not last longer than 2 weeks, okay? When you can't ship them out from Mexico like we have nowadays and add preservatives in them so they last longer in a grocery store, these foods would not be available in large amounts. There is absolutely no way somebody would be able to start off the day with a fruit smoothie or something like that. And as far as my work with diabetics as well, I'll tell you right now, the most common thing is people, diabetics, specifically type 2s, are addicted to fruits. They're not addicted to Snickers bars. They're addicted to fruits, and fruits, if you look up some of the work of Dr. Jason Fung, who is a nephrologist, a kidney doctor, but he really specializes in fixing diabetics as well, the most problematic sugar you can have is fructose. Fructose, in this case, is one of the most addictive sugars because it basically goes to your liver, and your body treats your liver glycogen, your liver carbs, as the sort of backup team in a certain way. It's the reserves which get, thrown on here and there. And your body likes that because in an evolutionary context, it means that you would survive until next week because you have more fuel on the backup team. Okay, so you can basically take it easy. And this is essentially why it's so addicting, because we carry a high reward response for fructose because your body views it as extra survivability. Okay, and granted, nowadays when you take that into excess, right, because as long as you're eating a calorie maintenance diet, you shouldn't really encounter any problems from fructose. But Most people don't because it's so reward responding. And essentially, in excess, that can cause a lot of inflammatory issues. So when we are looking at nutrient deficiency and you're worried about cutting out fruits, a lot of times the fruits will come with other either hormetic benefits or other just toxins that your body needs to get rid of. A lot of the vitamins that are in fruits are basically bound to anti-nutrients. They are difficult to digest because you have to understand plants want to live as much as you and I do. And I'm not a carnivore guy. I don't ever advocate, I never present myself as a carnivore guy. I present myself as a keto guy, okay? And that's, there's multiple variations. I do vegetarian keto diets at times. I do carnivorous keto diets at times. All I care about is the removal of sugar, okay, from time to time. So when we're looking at the nutritional benefit of fruit, a lot of times as well, these nutrients are not as bioavailable. Now, this is something that the carnivorous crowd will definitely speak about a lot. I mean, the thing is, in general, most of the vitamins that we need are not in their most absorbable form in fruits, vegetables, and grains. So, example, one thing that really pisses me off is whenever I see a supplement, okay, because I'm a supplement guy. Whenever I see a supplement that says it has vitamin A, and then in brackets it says beta-carotene, this is the sort of plant precursor to real vitamin A, which is retinol. And retinol is a fat-soluble vitamin. It only exists in fatty foods. And the way our evolutionary history would have achieved it would have been through animal foods and, animal byproducts. Nowadays you get it from grass-fed butter, okay? Things of that nature, high-quality animal foods. So pasture-raised is what we're talking about here. Things without antibiotics and hormones, okay? And animals that ate a diet that allowed them to consume the precursors to these foods so a cow could eat the beta-carotene and convert it into retinol, okay? So when we're talking about the nutritional benefits of certain fruits or carb sources, if that was your concern for starting keto, you do not really need to worry about that because you're actually going to be getting the more bioavailable forms if you are eating a high-quality keto diet. Now, granted, like I said, not all keto diets are created equal. They don't have to be all carnivorous. They don't have to be all vegetarian. There's many ways you can do them. It's simply that, jumping around and cutting out fruits is not going to prevent you from getting certain nutrition any more than if you hadn't cut out fruits, okay? Your ability to get high quality, grass-fed butter is the same whether you're eating fruits or not. But here's where some of the problems come in. So when we're looking at some vitamins that people associate with fruits, example, or carb sources, such as vitamin C, people are not aware of the fact that vitamin C, for example, which is a water-soluble nutrient, basically, besides the fact that it does actually exist in animal foods, and especially if you're eating, high-quality foods, you're getting some cod liver here and there, some beef liver here and there, organ meats, but you don't even really have to go that far sometimes for vitamin C because a lot of high-quality animal foods will have it. Vitamin C competes with sugar for absorption. So anytime you consume a fruit because you think you're getting vitamin C, granted, some fruits will have more vitamin C, but these foods have been modified over years of evolution and human agriculture to the point where not only is there far more sugar compared to vitamin C than there used to be, but even if you do get a fruit that is relatively high in vitamin C, it will have to compete with sugar for the same glucose transporters to essentially be actually used effectively by the body. So this is another reason why I recommend people to use a high-quality vitamin C supplement, regardless of how they eat. But the main thing is if you are eating, a mango every morning and throwing in bananas and strawberries into your smoothie because you think you're getting vitamin C, you're simply not. All that sugar would counteract any sort of vitamin C that you would be consuming. So a lot of the main nutritional benefits are not something you have to worry about for a ketogenic diet. So the other side of the coin here is when we're not looking at nutrients that you're adding into your diet, by simply doing a ketogenic diet, you're allowing your body to purge toxins better. So what does that mean? There is a process in your body called autophagy where your body basically feeds weaker cells to stronger cells. And anytime you access the ketogenic state, you will be upregulating autophagy. So granted, the best way to do autophagy-based practices is through prolonged fasting. But remember, keto simply means not eating carbs. It does not mean that you have to eat butter on every single thing you touch and add fats in. It simply means you don't eat carbs. So if you're not eating anything and fasting, you are in a ketogenic state, in fact, in the deeper end of the pool. But as far as, worrying about health concerns and nutritional benefits, you are not only able to access some more bioavailable forms of some nutrients without the sugars that would compete and with some of those nutrients and cause your body to leach minerals out of it and essentially, lower your daily requirement for certain minerals because you don't have any competition there. You are also purging toxins out of your body. So that is, again, why I reinforce this sort of seasonal metabolism model. And that's what lines up with our evolutionary history. So as far as overall health goes, you are not only able to acquire some nutrients if you do it right, and you can download my Keto Pro Start guide, which is coming out very soon, which will help you set up a perfectly healthy ketogenic diet. But at the same time, you are also preventing certain toxins from coming in and purging them out of your body. So, like I said, I'm a keto guy. I believe truly in the benefits of cutting out sugar from time to time. And another reason I believe in this so strongly is because in evolutionary history, carbs are only available half the year, and from there you can sprinkle them in however you want, and there's this natural seasonal metabolism we have. So my ultimate recommendation to you, if you're worried about nutrient deficiencies on keto, or any diet for that matter, is if you are cycling between a keto diet and a non-ketogenic diet, or if you simply get keto adapted and do it for a month, or perhaps a couple weeks longer, then you can start integrating carbohydrates and other foods anyways, and bounce back and forth between the several diets you like anyways, while still having the metabolic adaptations of ketogenic dieting. Granted, fasting, intermittent fasting, those are ways to dip your foot into the water, but you will not necessarily be consuming high quality fatty foods on a intermittent fasting diet. It's a lot easier to do that if you switch to a keto metabolism, and you will get more metabolic benefit if you do. So the key takeaway here is, even if you're worried about nutritional deficiencies on keto, the best way for you to proceed forward with your health is get keto adapted, and then from there you have the freedom to not refrain from carbs anytime you want them, okay? That is my ultimate recommendation. As I always say, keto is a tool for you, and it's up to you to decide how you're going to use it in your lifestyle. The key distinguishment is that you have to unlock it. You have to unlock your keto fat adaptation and perform a ketogenic diet for at least a month of pure keto without fruits, carbs, grains, none of those foods involved. And you can have all the vegetables you like, especially if you're concerned about other certain prebiotic fibers and whatnot that you might be missing out on if somebody does a carnivorous diet or something like that. But then again, at other times, you don't have to worry about not consuming fiber and carbs, because your body can handle itself just as well without them. So there's multiple variations, and the key point is here, you can simply implement keto and then bounce back and forth and, keep your body metabolically adapted and strong in terms of its ability to adapt, okay? So hopefully this video was valuable for you. Use keto as a tool, okay? And also like the video and subscribe to me and follow me on Instagram. And check out my website, romanoketo.com. Peace. I'm Anthony Romano, by the way, too. Peace.